Let's get this party started.
It started.
All right, all right. Let's roll. Let's rock and roll.
What's up, KCL fam?
All
It's
right, family.
Wednesday.
It is Wednesday night.
LA
We are
said,
here
"Can
to
y'all come
party.
sooner?" Yeah,
Right, right.
we
LA
here.
said, "Could y'all come sooner?" She was here at 1:30.
Love it.
Um, yes, yes. Well, glad to be here
Indeed, indeed. Likewise.
as always. So just this is always one of the highlights of my week to come and just spend time with the KCL fam and chit chat. So
Exactly.
always a lot of fun.
Always some
Always,
great questions.
yeah, always, always. So I did my video this what's it last Friday on Revelations
hmm
and the book of Revelations and decoding it. What's up, Rather Creator?
Hey,
Kim
Rob.
McLeod, what's going on?
Hey,
Good to
Ken.
see you guys. Good to have y'all
Have you
here.
here?
But man, I just knew I was gonna have a whole lot of pushback and stuff on that. But actually the video has been received very well. It's one of my best performing videos probably ever.
Oh,
And
yeah.
at this point, yeah, yeah. So
Must
it's
have been what the people needed to hear.
and a lot of positive comments and stuff. So I am so appreciative of the people that come and give the positive comments, just a thank you or
Yeah.
whatever, man. It's just sometimes the naysayers and the negativity they can come at you, but man, it's the positive stuff just always just is just more overwhelming. So I
Yeah.
so appreciate that.
Love
So
that.
Danny H, what's up? The man, what's up?
Hey,
I
Danny,
see you.
the man.
I see you. I
Danny
see you.
always with the great astrological questions.
Yes, yes. So let's just get rolling here. So I'm Reginald Kuakaru, and I'm the founder of Kemetic Centered Living. And I like to say here at Kemetic Centered Living, one of the things I like to do is answer the questions that Mom and them said you weren't supposed to ask. Because there's so many of those that a lot of times we just like, well, what about this? What about this? Mom said, you don't ask God that.
Right.
Well, I wasn't asking God. I was asking you. you know but the whole idea is that I do what I do because I know how negative Christian programming can affect you, and it is something that affected me in a part of my life. I know how it affects the African diaspora around the world. Okay, and I want everyone to be able to live life boldly, authentically, unapologetically, and on their terms without guilt or shame. And
Yes.
one of the things that I want to add to is that I don't want people to think that like I'm saying, hey, leave one religion and come to another one. Hey, follow me because I got all the answers, or hey, follow me, blah blah. That is not what I want. What I have done is it's like I've discovered like some gold, you know, and what I want to do is to share that gold, and I'm
Mhm.
sharing it with people with the hopes that when they grasp hold of these ideas, that it frees them like it freed me,
Yeah.
and free you to live life just boldly, and go forward and go after life with all the gusto that you can. So I am not the answer man. I don't know it all, and I don't claim to know it all. But I've been through some stuff, and I have had some experience in my 60 years of living. You know, so I've been through some stuff that maybe some of y'all might be going through or will go through.
Mhm.
And I can help you through that. You know, but uh,
Yeah.
but but definitely not trying to be like Mr. Know It All or anything like that. I'm just saying, hey, this is what I've discovered here, and hopefully it can shortcut the process because it's taken me years to figure out a lot of this. But
Mhm.
hopefully it can shortcut the process for you guys. So, but go ahead, my daughter of mine, my beautiful, wonderful daughter. I am so proud of her. Love you,
Back at you, Daddy. Love you so much. I am, as he said, his daughter. My name is Boy Shay, and my specialty is astrology, tarot, numerology, and I love using these tools to help people find their individual path, their purpose by understanding themselves deeper, understanding and utilizing their gifts, as well as deciphering their challenges and giving them the cheat codes to their life to understand how we can navigate through life and live with that gusto and that courage that my dad was talking about, with a greater sense of direction, a greater sense of purpose, a greater sense of understanding self. And my passion comes from my own desire to discover my potential, what I'm capable of, and how I can share my gifts with others, okay, to help enlighten them, okay, because just like my dad said, I don't know everything, but the perspective that I teach from is from experience, okay. I'm teaching from through what I've lived through what I've experienced, and I love sharing my perspective or all that I've learned in hopes that it will help others. Once again, we're all on our own path, all on our own journey. And I encourage you to take what resonates and leave what does not. Okay. So yes, we do not know it all, like my dad said, but and even what I feel like I do know, my perspective on that is always constantly expanding. I'm always constantly learning more. And I feel like that's what makes the best teachers is those who are still learning. So happy to be here with you guys tonight, and so happy to answer any questions from the perspective that I do have, but always encouraging you guys to do your own research, form your own perspective through your own lens, through your own beliefs, because that is how we create our life, through our perspectives, through our beliefs. And we are here to empower you to have the courage to create your own life from your own perspective, to define your truth, and have the courage to live the definition. Right, Dad?
Well said. Well said. Absolutely. Absolutely. Define your life for you, by you, and have the courage to live that definition, because people will so often want you to live in their box,
live for others.
And that's what religion does for a lot of us, is that we really have been given a box to perceive the world through, or to look at the world through. And then, but the thing is that box is the limitations of us, and as long as you view the world through that limitation, then your world and your life and everything in it is limited by what somebody else has told you that life should be. One of the things that I hear so much from people, and I so appreciate hearing this, is how people say that these ideas have really expanded them and made them live life, and they are free, and it frees them from this box of having to fit somebody else's definition of what a good Christian is, or somebody that's godly and righteous. What's that?
Yeah. Or their definition of what a fulfilling life looks like, or what you're supposed to want out of life.
Yeah. And so serving God, and how many times is serving God like really antithetical to really serving yourself, and being uplifting to you. It's almost like you're supposed to like sacrifice who you are. And this idea that you're supposed to be a sacrificial lamb, no, that stuff is low vibrational. Sacrifice and obligation, all those emotions are low vibrational. And if I can say anything to help you to stay on your path, or to know when you're on your path, feel good.
Yeah.
Follow your joy.
Yeah.
Have fun. Those things right there, that when you are in those states of mind, you are creating your heaven.
Yeah.
You are living life, and you are resonating with the vibration of your soul when you are in joy. When you enjoy life. Okay.
Dad, what's that scripture? I'm horrible with scriptures. I never read the Bible. But it said something about if you live through the eyes of a child, you see the kingdom of God, or how does that work?
Yeah. I don't remember what the scripture is right off the top of my head.
Somebody help us out. Help us out.
But it says that basically, in order to get through the kingdom of heaven, you must be like a little child. you know,
Mhm.
and not literally think like a child, but just how a child is happy for no reason.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
The wonder,
symbolic
the
of that idea.
curiosity. Yeah.
Yeah. The wonder, living through wonder, curiosity, children can just go and play.
Anything is
And
possible. The
right.
imagination holds no limitations.
Man, they can get a stick off the ground and all of a sudden it's a
It's a
magic
sword
wand or it's
or
something.
wand. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's man, they can play with a roach and that
Look,
roach is their friend.
or
Oh,
mud.
y'all probably
Mud is a pie, berries in a tree, them toppings,
right,
you know?
right. So that's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
And it's just live life joyfully, find ways to have fun. And as Christians, we were taught that if you're having fun, it might be a sin.
Yeah.
But one of the things I like to do is to tell you and teach you where these ideas came from, so you have the knowledge to make the decision of, is that right or is it not? Because we a lot of times we're living these ideals and we have no idea why. I'm one of those people that I have to know why. If you tell me something to go this direction or whatever, my next question is going to be why.
Hmm.
You know why? I'm like that little kid. Why?
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to do this. Why? You
Yeah.
know, that's just I've always been that kid.
Mhm.
Always.
Mhm.
So that's one of the things that when I raised my kids, it was like when they asked questions, I wanted answers for them. I didn't want
Yeah.
them to just say why and then just say, because I said so.
Yeah.
I rarely ever said that to my children.
No. Questions were always encouraged. And it didn't matter
Always.
about what. I had to
Yeah.
make sure I wanted the answer for some questions. I was like, they really gonna tell me if I ask. Let me make sure I really want to know.
Right. Do not ask if you don't want to know.
Yep.
That is the truth. That is the truth. So yeah. So
So
let's have some fun. Let's bring the questions. Come on with it, y'all. Let's go.
so
We
Kim had
ready.
one right out the box. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. Humble Books LLC had one first.
Okay.
For you, Dad.
All right. Says, hello. We're the Netter kings that were said to live for thousands of years. Really real people. No, 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 no. All that stuff that is metaphor and allegory. Okay. So these ideas were not the numbers and the people and usually the names, they have a certain meaning to them or something. So they're not these people didn't live thousands of years. The biblical people that they talked about that lived for 900 and something years, Methuselah and stuff like that, those were not real people. The Bible and stuff, it's not history. Okay. It is not history. And if there is any event that is historical, it is actually the prop to hang some other esoteric knowledge on. Okay. The person, the people. So it's not and never was meant to be historical. All right. All right. Great question. Great question. Thank you for that.
Yes.
All
And then
right. Says
Kim
go ahead.
Kim says, "Do we have to reincarnate back to Earth? I think I'm just done and over this place."
Well, this is the thing, Kim. Is of course you don't have to do anything, so reincarnating is always a choice, and understand that from a soul perspective you came here to learn something and earth offered that opportunity for you, being in a life on earth. Okay. If you look at your incarnation and you focus on the struggle rather than the lessons that you're going to learn, it is going to be very difficult. And a lot of times we do get locked in on the struggle and what's happening to us. Okay. But we have to reorient. And that's the whole idea about my African Mind Rewire course. It is about rewiring your mind to think in a different way. Okay. And to think about this life as a different way. So the thing is that the stronger the emotions are that you have while on earth, and if they're attached to people or places, the odds are that you will reincarnate back in some kind of way, shape, or form with those people and places. They won't be the same bodies. You might not even be the same sex, but you're going to end up working through the same lessons. So this is what people don't understand about, like, even the what is it, the scales of Ma'at, and people talk about those a lot. And those scales, are about being balanced. But there's also this one piece up above on that scale. It's a little bitty piece, and they call it the tech. It's like where the pendulum kind of like balances or swings. Okay, or I'm sorry, it is a swinging little part. But that tech is representative of our, how can I say, our satiation with life experience and emotions. In other words, it's almost like if you have when you get drunk, your body has absorbed so much alcohol that it gets to a point to where it can't absorb anymore. Okay, that is kind of like how tech is. It's like your body has absorbed so much emotion and experience that you can't absorb anymore. And if you are tied or hooked to those experiences, then you're going to reincarnate in order to work back through those experiences. Okay. So until you satiate yourself or you get rid of the strong emotions, in other words, until you become balanced emotionally when dealing with these situations, then you're probably going to reincarnate back to work through them again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And my perspective, from my understanding of my studies, Earth is one of the more challenging schools or
Mm-hmm.
simulations because we do experience the extremes of duality and separation. And so, just like my dad was saying with the scales, you can either be on one side or the other. But it's like what I was reminded of today in the download during my walk was that atoms. So in an atom, you have protons, neutrons, and electrons. And the neutron is the center, and then the electrons and the protons, they are the positive and the negative. The neutron is the observer of those. So if you can be the observer versus, hopping to one stream or another, or being jerked to one stream or another, this represents a sense of wisdom or enlightenment. But Kim is, with her being a Scorpio. So Scorpios, that is the sign that deals with the extremes of experience. So if you're a Scorpio in this life, you actually, it's kind of, think of it as like being in the advanced classes or an advanced class in Earth school. So the harder the life is, the more wisdom that you gain. And Scorpios are like advanced because y'all experience the extremes of human existence, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and y'all are here to learn how to transmute those difficult experiences. So Scorpios are very powerful, but to whom much is given, much is expected, to learn how to discover that power. So Kim, I feel you, but you signed up for this because you are one of God's strongest soldiers.
There you go. There you go. Probably an old soul,
Yes,
that
she is
you're here and incarnated as a Scorpio because you have the ability to handle it.
Yep.
But you got to recognize your power. You got to recognize how powerful you are. And if you look back over your life, there's probably some tough situations that you come through that you just don't give yourself credit for. So look back and look through those times, and then, but you really have to figure out what it was that you were supposed to learn from it. Otherwise, you keep repeating it. That lesson is going to keep repeating over and over. I really believe that there are certain lessons that we start to have or start to learn or experience at a very young age, and they just keep repeating itself until we get it. But the thing is that the longer it takes to get it, the more energy builds up behind it. Okay, until it's at some point it can be catastrophic to actually make you change. Okay.
Yeah, and that's also a Scorpio theme, is that stubbornness. It's like universe gently tries to nudge you, like, okay, move, okay, move, okay, move. But then when y'all refuse, it's like, bam.
Right, exactly. Okay, I told you, bam.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my Scorpio experience. Like, damn, did you have to do it like that? That hurt. So, but it's like until I get that slap or that whack, I just do what I do, you know. And but my lessons are always hard learned. So when I'm talking to y'all about some lessons that I've learned and some wisdom I've gained, it's usually been hard earned. You know, it's something that I can tell you through and through what it was like to go through it and overcome it.
But Kim got it. She got it. The utmost faith in Kim and her wisdom.
Yeah.
What's up, Taylor? Ruben in the house. That's fam right there.
All right.
So much. Let's see.
Let's see. What is the sign? Let's see. Greg Scott says, what is the sign of no longer being trauma bonded? Hey, the sign is that you're not attracted to people that you form through trauma. You don't think that the trauma or the strong emotions is what love is, you know, because that's really what a lot of times trauma bonds is like we think that the strong emotions is what the love is or what the experience is about. You know, without those strong emotions, you feel like you're bored, you know. And as long as you get bored with balance, something is wrong. so that's the best thing that I can say is that when you are in a relationship and you are balanced to where, you know, there's no days that you're up here and no days that you're down there, that is just smooth all day, every day, and you cool with that, you're done with the trauma bonds. But when you just need that trauma and the drama, okay, you know, you got to go through that over and over, and you feel like that's the spice of the relationship. Trauma bond, okay, trauma bond.
Well put. Well put.
So absolutely. All right. Let's see. Any more? So all right.
Love you too, LA.
Yeah, LA was funny. She had that hey, can y'all come on earlier? That
she was ready. That was like at 2:30 today.
Right.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny. Let's see. Yeah, great. That's right. Hard lessons leave lasting impressions. That is right. That's true. But this is the thing you got to understand too, and that ties right back into Kim's question about reincarnation. When you're connected to these trauma bonds like that, those are the emotions that keep you tied to that person even through other lives. Okay? That you end up having to work through. If you don't resolve them, then you end up having to reincarnate and work through them in other lives in other ways. Okay? So if you're not working through this stuff now, you're gonna get a chance to work through it again for sure. You're gonna get a chance to work through it again.
No doubt.
All right, Adrian, what's up? Adrian gave $19.99. Thank you, Adrian.
Thanks, Adrian. Much appreciated. Let's see.
I know John Ford had a question about what does Sankofa mean, and LA was answering that. It says Sankofa is an African term. It literally means channeling ancient wisdom and using it in modern day. All right.
Thanks, LA.
Cool. Thank you very much, LA.
Let's see.
Okay. So here's one for, it looks like for you, Voice. What's Sun, Taurus, Moon, Sagittarius, and Ascendant Taurus?
What's up, Fred? So, let's see. You want to, well, I'll just break it down, make it simple. Taurus Sun, the ego is dealing with gradual growth, attunement to nature and the natural evolution of things, balancing patience and hard work with also rest and pleasure and enjoyment. And then Moon and Sagittarius, your Moon is your energetic conduit, okay? And so the energy of Sagittarius is a truth seeker and wants to seek understanding through experience, okay? So you gain wisdom and understanding, analyzing, your challenges, okay, your adversity. Sagittarius has a love-hate relationship with adversity because it understands that it learns a lot from it, okay? So Sagittarius moon can make you very optimistic. And then Taurus ascendant, this means that your sun is in the first house, and your ego and your soul are learning to merge, so to speak. So you're learning the highest vibrations of Taurus through the evolution of your personality. Okay. So hope that answers your question.
All right. All right. All right. Had a question here from Philip Shelby. Says views on interracial relationships. There's only one race, the human race. So unless you having relations with, like, cows and sheep and stuff like that, ain't no deal with me. But even if you do want to have it with cows and sheep, that's your deal.
Yeah, I do believe love is love.
Yeah.
And date who you want to date. And I also understand the challenges that come from society in terms of interracial dating. And often I know that I can't speak from that experience, but I know people who date interracially or only have preferences for dating outside of their race, and they experience a lot of backlash with that. I've also known a lot of biracial people who have a lot of identity issues in crisis based on, the feeling of not belonging, not feeling understood by either. So it's valid. Love is love. But I understand that it also comes with challenges based on.
It can come with challenges. I mean, I'm in an interracial relationship, so it can come with challenges if that's something that you want to focus on. But in my relationship, we focus on what we do for each other, and just at this space in our life, both of us are older. We've had children, we've done our thing. So, but we just focus on what we do and how we meet that relationship with each other, or how that relationship really works for us, So, when I was younger, and I know the person that I'm with now, we've known each other since we were in college, but and at that time we both didn't want to consider an interracial relationship. So neither one of
Why
us did.
didn't you?
Just because of culture. So her culture, and then and I guess it was really more for her. It was like her culture, just she didn't want to consider that. As I started moving along, I started recognizing that I didn't want to marry outside of my race, and I decided to marry within my race, and but once as I got older, had children, raised children, my needs for a relationship became something different. So as I was going through what I've been going through, my needs became different, and race was not as much of a how can I say, much of a requirement in that sense. Okay, now I do believe that culturally there are things that have to be met, certain I don't know, certain cultural norms, I guess. Not, I wouldn't even say a norm. There in other words, I the person that I'm dating, it would be considered a minority. Okay, so we both still share some cultural identity with being minorities in the United States. Okay, so on that level we can still connect, but with others, I couldn't. Without that cultural ability to, I guess, understand each other from that perspective and the things that we've gone through, I don't think I could do it.
I forgot. I knew your significant other was not Black, but I didn't even classify it as an I didn't even think of it in terms of those extremes because, as you said, she is also classified as a minority. But I think that's a great point in terms of having that shared perspective. Yeah, because what the perspective I was speaking from was definitely from more of a Black and white, or you know,
Yeah, yeah, and that's not the only interracial relationship.
right,
So
right,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah, exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. So yep,
Let's
yep.
see.
So good question. Good question. All
Yeah.
right. Let's see. All right. Let's see.
Oh, Black Forbes had a great question that I know that you go over in class, Dad.
Let's see. How can you explain the power of manifestation? Uh. Ooh, excuse me. There's my class. That probably means you have to go and sign up for that one.
See what I did there?
So yeah, but I will say this: the this is the thing that we have to understand is that we have the ability to create and manifest things in our lives, and it is a natural ability that we have. It's so natural we don't even recognize that we're doing it. But one of the things that I do is, and one of the things that I teach is how do we um how can we step by step uh do this, make it a science to where it's not just an accident. Okay, because a lot of times we manifest by accident, but we have the power to do it, and there are steps that you can literally take that makes it a science. If when you do these steps, then things manifest. Now the deal is that sometimes we can have these underneath these subconscious programs that are running, that we can try as hard as we want to do a certain thing on the manifest a certain thing, but until we work through those underlying programs, then the manifestation is blocked. Okay, and you got to have tools, and you got to have ways that you can recognize or see that subconscious programming. Okay, and that's one of the things that I teach through the class. So it's not just like, and I give you exercises that prove things. Okay, so yeah, so the power of manifestation is something that we all have, most definitely, most
Mhm.
definitely. Big Ruben.
Ruben, big
Ruben stays
Ruben.
priming that pump. Gave that big
Yeah.
5-0. Thank you,
Thank
Ruben.
you,
Definitely
Ruben.
appreciate you, brother.
Yes,
Definitely
so much.
appreciate you. Thank
Always.
you for priming that pump with us. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. All right.
Danny H says, "How do you handle working amongst a bunch of weird energies in the workplace?" So I
Woo, just
remember when
start slapping people, Danny. No, I'm
negative.
joking. Wow, what? Woo, you look weird. Pow. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Well, Danny, for me, I used it as an experiment. I was like, okay, well, if I have to be here with this person, let me see what I can learn from them, and not necessarily from asking questions, but just observing. Why are they the way that they are? What experiences have shaped them? I always use people who were different from me as case studies, so to speak. Like, oh, this is a perspective I'm not familiar with. What can I learn from them? Or what can they teach me that I've never been exposed to? So that's a perspective.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just really, really try to reframe it. Is what Voice is saying. Do just reframe the experience and into something. So because unless you quit the job, because that could be something that's trying to motivate you to quit the job.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's might be one of the things that you're need are going to gain from that, but you don't know. But until then, just reframe the experience. And that's a lot of times what we have to do is we have to reframe our experiences, because our beliefs is what really create the experience for us. Okay,
Mhm.
so reframe them, reframe them. Let's see. Uh,
Philip, he says, I'm pretty young. What I've been considering deeply is the deconstruction of Black family unit. I know love is love, but don't I have a duty to counteract the norm to a certain extent? Being a From my perspective, being a contrarian, like what is your motivation? And is it something you feel guided to do for you because it's something you value, or is it for other people? What is norm? What's the norm? How can you redefine that for you? Your only duty is to yourself. And
Yes, and that's what I was gonna say. He put in there. He says, "Don't I have a duty?" And I would agree with Voice. The duty is the duty that you have is to be happy.
Yes.
You know, the
Exactly.
duty that you have is to love and appreciate who you are. And then you can give to the world, to your relationships from a place of love, compassion, and understanding. Okay.
Mhm.
So if you are operating from a place of feeling like you have to do it through duty or obligation, you are holding on to negative energy and negative vibration. There's nothing positive about that.
Mhm.
Okay. And if you are in those states, it's a no-no. So so don't look at it, because love is love. If you love a person and they happen to not be of your race, you're telling me that you should like say, you know what, I have a duty to my race, or I have a duty to my people, and I know that there are a lot of people that are going to be that a lot of black people that will disagree with that, but I'm sorry, I don't fit with the norms of people.
Mhm.
So ultimately, this life, you're going to get to a point to where you get sick and tired of living a life in other people's box of expectations. And when you do get tired of that, hopefully you won't be too old. So, the younger you can start out with that, the happier and more fulfilled your life will be. I promise you.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, Frederick Jackson gave
Thank you.
$12. Thank you, Frederick. Definitely appreciate you.
Yes, very
Definitely
much
appreciate you.
so. Thanks, Brad. Let's see.
Most definitely.
Miss
Most
Roy had a
definitely.
good point. He said our Caucasian brothers and sisters are the minority in our global population. This is
That's very true. That's
actually
very
true.
true. That's the truth of the matter. That's the truth of the matter. You know. But again, to me, it's we have one race. We had a human race. And I've lived through and felt racial discrimination in my life. I've dealt with it. I'm not afraid to deal with it. I
Mhm.
know that there are times that just me being who I am as a black man, I rub white people the wrong way. Certain white people, I rub them the wrong way. They think I'm too confident. You know, that's your problem, not mine.
Mhm.
I'm not going to live my life trying to duck your expectation, or trying to duck not making you feel uncomfortable,
Yeah.
because I can walk into a room and people can feel uncomfortable just
Mhm.
by me walking into a room. I haven't done anything except be who I am. That's
Yeah.
not my problem to worry about.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So
Mm.
absolutely, positively.
Phil says, I see. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you both. You are most welcome, Philip.
Most definitely, most definitely. All right, all right.
Steve
Anybody
Scorpio
else?
says, does that count for Scorpio moon people too? I guess he's referring to when I was talking about how Scorpios are have the advanced version of life. Yes, I would say that does relate to Scorpio moon people as well. Any prominent Scorpio placements, definitely.
Yeah, you get that Scorpio energy.
Yes.
Yeah. And see, I have that Scorpio energy. So I'm in the first decan, and then I'm on the basically on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio. Then I
Hmm.
got a Libra moon. So
Hmm.
I got all kinds of stuff working there.
And your Libra moon is on the cusp of Scorpio. So you got 29-degree Libra moon. So that's
Right,
intense in itself. But
right, right. So I'm
yeah,
I'm
Dad
I'm
has a
dealing
whole
with a
Scorpio
lot.
stellium.
Yeah. So I'm Scorpio through and through,
Yes, indeed. With
which
some
means I'm
Leo in
hard
there.
headed.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right.
Mm.
Let's see. D Brooks says, "Can you speed up or slow down something you want to manifest?" Absolutely, positively, absolutely, positively. And this is the thing, is that people don't recognize, because we spend, especially, and I can say this for men, a lot of times we spend our lives basically saying that we're not supposed to be emotional. Okay, that we're supposed to avoid our emotions. and our emotions are literally housed in our divine feminine aspect of us. So whether you are a man or woman, you have divine feminine and divine masculine aspects. Okay, Carl Jung called it the anima and the animus. You know, but we all have both of those, and the divine feminine, the emotional, our emotional environment is what the divine feminine is, and you use that emotional environment for your manifestations, okay, to try and speed those up, you know.
Mhm.
So most definitely you
But
can
what
speed
I will say in terms of my experience with the desire to speed certain manifestations up, um, I've learned I also have Taurus placements, which deals with growing with the natural evolution of something, having patience, knowing when to nurture or water and when to harvest. Okay. And if that is one of your lessons, trying to speed it up will actually not work in your favor. So consider the energies in your birth chart for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, but either way you're gonna learn something.
Yeah, oh, for
So
sure. No, and
one of those.
that's really what, in terms of me desiring to speed it up. They're like, no, we need you to go through this step, and this step, so you can learn this, so that when you get there, you'll be able to hold that or maintain that manifestation. So,
Yeah, yeah. And with me, I just be like, I try to bust through all of that. And my guys be like, okay, we're gonna whoop his behind.
all right,
We're gonna get
very
him.
much
Okay.
Scorpio.
Come on, we got
Like,
you, we
if I
got
just
you.
assert my will a little bit harder, it should work out for me.
Right. So all right. So LA says, my honest opinion is I'm into souls, not earthly vehicles, which are bodies. I learned a long time ago that my soul doesn't live in my body. Au contraire, my body lives inside my soul. Let that sink in. Bingo.
Mhm.
Message.
Yes, exactly. Love
Oh,
that.
very
Thank
good.
you,
Very
LA.
good.
Great point.
Very well said. Very well said.
Chanel Victoria says, how will the Scorpio solar eclipse affect Scorpio placements? I'm Scorpio rising, Pluto, Jupiter, and North Node. Wow. So for everyone, not just for Scorpio placements, this is an opportunity for a paradigm shift. For Scorpios, it may be more intense in terms of letting something go. Okay, whether that be a relationship, a perspective, um, or a way of doing things. Okay, and it's either going to, you either decide to let something go and then your paradigm shifts, or you decide to hold on to it and those lessons get more intense. You start experiencing those feelings of something being ripped away from you or it being extremely uncomfortable. Everything just intensifies. It can either intensify in your favor or to help you to continue to learn more lessons. So, um, really use this time, all my Scorpios, my alchemists, okay, use this time to go within and do a psychological purge of anything that does not serve you, any fears that are holding you back from doing something or becoming something, okay, and really make the effort to let this go, because it can really, the energy shifts are more magnified during this eclipse, is what I will say. Okay.
Awesomeness. All right. Say, AK Lawrence says, boss says, the way my temper is set up, I can't help but to just get angry and belligerent towards Western people who have lied, cheated, and stole from us, then turn around and demonize us. Help. Okay. All right. My brother Lawrence, AK Lawrence. So let me say this to you. Again, it's all about perspective, because if you have to look at it, that is like you are in a play. Okay, you created your play, you created your earth play. All right, these people are playing their part, and they're playing their part for you to learn something from it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they might have lied, cheated, and stole. Okay, but then what does that make you rise up and do? What does that, if you focus on what they're doing and them demonizing you, because the odds are those people are never going to validate you.
So
And
why
that's what
care
I
about their
try to.
perspective? Yeah.
What's that now?
So why care or validate their perspective or try to prove
Yeah,
them wrong? It's like you're still giving them power.
Exactly. You're trying to prove to them, like, you're
You're
saying, well,
wrong.
no,
Why
you're
you
not
see
right.
that?
This is what's
Right.
real, and you. Well,
Mhm.
you know, I'm sorry. Fuck them.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Plainly
mean,
said.
you ain't gotta. You don't have to. You don't have to be validated by them. You know, if they stole something, steal it back. You know, and that's one of the things that I'm doing with a lot of this Kemetic knowledge. Is stuff that has been buried and hidden for thousands of years. You know, well, I'm bringing it back to the surface. And we've been given religion in a way that has imprisoned our minds, you know, and imprisoned us in a way that has made us live a life that is a lot of times not a very good one. Okay, the only reason that a person wants to stay stuck in that way of thinking is that they decided to do so, because with all the knowledge and information out there now, you can find out anything you want and you can change your circumstance. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
my question is another way that I look at this, AK Lawrence, is we worship white Jesus for so long as our savior. And once we jettison white Jesus as our savior, then what we do is we start to looking at white people and we go, you know what? Y'all did us wrong. Y'all should change. Okay. And it becomes a belief that unless they change, the white racist and the system of racism, unless it changes, nothing in my life is going to change. In other words, I'm helpless unless you change. And if you hold on to that belief, it's going to be a miserable life, because you have to act as if tomorrow, if racism ended tomorrow, what would you do?
Mhm.
What would be your next step? Okay. If you don't have an answer for that, then you're focused on the wrong thing. For me, I operate as if racism is never going to go away, but
Mhm.
it's never going to be something that's going to stop me from doing what I want to do.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm,
Exactly.
I'm not looking for anybody's validation. Okay. I'm not looking for anybody else to change. I just got to find a creative way around a system that has not always served us and served me.
Mhm.
Okay. That the internet is the perfect system to do that. You can find a way around anything. Okay. You can find information. You can connect to the people that you want to connect to. You can do the internet is the perfect system that you can use to thwart any type of systematic old boy systems. So the only reason that there is no reason for you to stay in a place of being angry at them when you have the power to create.
Yeah.
What are you going to create?
Yep. This
Okay.
opposition is a part of the simulation.
Opposition is a part of it. But
What
that
you feel about it.
opposition is like weightlifting.
Yeah.
It's meant to build you, not
Mhm.
break you. Okay?
Mhm.
You are not a victim. You are a god. You are an MFing god.
Yes.
Okay? Act like it. Claim it.
Mhm.
Create it.
Yep.
Okay? And what they do don't matter when you are creating. You think
Mhm.
God is worried about somebody else? No. Okay. And not that God is human. I hate to even use those analogies like that, because God, that gets us in trouble. But you're a creator, brother. You are a creator. Create.
Mhm.
What is it that what do you want the world to be like tomorrow? If you want white people and the system and systematic racism to change so that you can live, brother, you might not never see that day.
Yep.
Operate as if operate in a way that it doesn't matter, that you make it irrelevant. And
Yep.
for me, that's what I do. If
Same.
somebody doesn't like me because of my skin color, I just go another direction. I ain't gonna be
Yep.
beating down the door to try to get them to like me.
Yep.
I'll be damned.
I know I experienced that when I lived in Spain, trying to find housing over there. You know, everything is done through the internet. And although there was housing available for some people, I would apply or reach out, and I would get zero response. And obviously because of, you know, my race. And I was just like, okay, well, that place wasn't meant for me, or let me, you know, go in another direction, take the redirection. I'm not going to get mad or upset or try to prove to them that I'm a great person. Just, okay, that's not for me. Thank you for the redirection. I'll go this way.
Yep.
Yeah.
And keep it moving.
There are infinite possibilities in the universe
Infinite.
for you to get and experience everything that you desire. Don't focus on the ones in which you don't.
There you go. There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. So beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. I want to recognize Jenny Brown gave on Cash App. Thank you, Jenny.
Thanks,
and Brenda
Jenny.
Chambliss always, as always, gives on Cash App $25. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
Brenda. Always.
And
always
Danny H says, can you please break down Aries Sun, Aquarius Moon, and Cancer Rising? Okay. So Aries Sun, you are here to understand and develop your personality through challenging any and all limitations, whether that be physical, psychological, or emotional. Okay. And then through those challenges, your Aquarius Moon, your energetic conduit, is going to allow you to gain wisdom through having a detached perspective, or being able to look at the big picture and asking what can I learn from this, and how can I share this information to help and uplift others. So what limitations have I pushed past? Okay. And how can I help others push past these same limitations? Okay. And then your Cancer rising, your soul, I view the rising sign as your soul. Your soul wants to nurture and create a safe space to facilitate this understanding. And it's like Cancer rising is like, I've been there, I've done that. Let me show you the way. Okay. My dad, for example, is a Cancer rising. Okay. So all the limitations he's pushed past, he is now here teaching others how to do the same. Okay. And Aries and Scorpio are similar energies in the sense that Scorpio is more calculated and introspective, and Aries is just like head on, like let's just run it over. You know, Scorpio's like, how can I get around this? Okay. So yeah, pushing past limitations, creating a safe space. And Aquarius likes to think of others, or is a humanitarian. How can I help the group? How can I nurture the group? Okay.
All right. Let's see. All right. Guys, y'all need to write some short questions because y'all got these long books, man. Oh, yeah. Y'all be wanting brother to read a book.
Yes, come see me, Fred. He says, I'll be giving a reading from Voice Shay. I love all you brave souls. Love you too, Fred. And for those
thank you, Frederick,
in getting a reading, you can visit me at my website at vovibes.com. Okay. And I'm Vovibes on all platforms. But if you have any questions, email me. Don't reach out on Instagram because I'm likely not to see it. Okay.
Right.
Or ask your questions on here, better yet.
What's that now?
I said, or ask your questions on here, better yet.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's see. We got any let's see. Any other questions here? Shauna A, you and these dreams. Oh, Shauna A says, I keep having negative dreams about my dad every time I listen to some healing music. Why is that happening? So is your dad, is he alive, Shauna? Is he somebody that you're in a household with, or what? All right. So that's what I'd be questioning, because I just, your question, I need more information for it, okay, to be able to answer it. Okay. And Nat A says he's priming the pump. Thank you, Nat A. Definitely appreciate you.
Thanks,
Definitely
Nat.
appreciate you, Nat. Thank you very much. And it is all good. It doesn't have to be a big amount, guys. It all adds up. So you have to do this at your level, wherever you are. You got to prime the pump from your level, and and it's got to be from giving from a glad heart at wherever you are. Okay. So again, so thank you, Nat. I definitely appreciate you, brother.
Yes.
Definitely
And
appreciate
Danny,
it.
tell your husband he's welcome. She says that was his big 3. Okay.
What was that? Oh, his big 3. That was the husband's big 3. All right, all right. Glad we could help. Glad we could help. All right. Okay. Let's see. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Shauna says her dad is alive. So just based on the information that you did give, if you're listening to healing music and then uncomfortable dreams about your dad comes up, I would suggest that there's something there that needs to be healed, whether that be in the present or generational. Definitely just have to ask for more guidance from your spirit team. If you're unsure, you can always ask spirit team, what does this mean to me? Help me gain clarity, reveal the meaning.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Yep. Most definitely. Most definitely. All
Nat
right.
A says, I'm a lady. Sorry, Nat A.
Nat A. Oh, sorry, Nat A. See, I can't tell. Nat, I'm my bad. My bad. So that's that. I guess that would be Natalie.
Right.
My bad.
It could have been Nathaniel. We don't know, but Natalie.
Right. Charge it to the head, not the heart.
Right. It's all love. It's all love. She said it's all good, fam.
All right. Appreciate you, Nat A. Appreciate you. All right. Let's see. The man, can you let's see, he says, can you explain Hermetica? Yeah, all Hermetica is just the Greek version of Kemetic stuff. So they, instead of Thoth, they named their guy Hermes. So Thoth and Hermes are the same, or the net of Thoth and their god Hermes are basically the same deal. Okay. So, and pretty much all the Greek gods is named after Kemetic netters. So that's one of the secrets a lot of people don't know. All right. Let's see. Okay, see, we got a lot of race questions today. Let's see. Are we as Black men supposed to be monolithic caricatures in terms of issues like interracial relationships or life in general? No, I mean it's just, we're not a monolith. So I mean that's not. I mean I know a lot of times in our society, Black society, we want to define ourselves completely by our race, and we want to make other people live within that box as well. And but for me, I know what it is. I've gotten to an age where I just don't give up about what other people think. Okay, I just I lived too long in my life trying to please other people. I was a people pleaser. Okay, and I lived so long of a life trying to do that and live within the box of everybody else. Once I broke out of it, I was like, ooh.
It's nice out here.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What's that freedom?
Yeah.
And now when somebody else tried to put me back in that box, I'll be like, excuse me?
Right.
I don't think so. No, you can kiss my.
Yeah.
I get belligerent.
No, but for real.
I get a bad attitude when somebody tries to. It's like when I get vegetarians that come on my page and want to start trying to tell me I shouldn't eat meat. I'm like, hell, I like steaks. I'm going to eat meat. I don't like having to defend my lifestyle. So
right.
To hell with all of that. Right. I'm going to eat a steak. The day I die, I'm going to have a steak for my last meal. Cheers. But that's just me. That's just me. Okay. So I don't play with it like that. All right.
Somebody asked, do we pray to Jesus? This was our moderator's response. The dark goddess. No, we don't pray to little Jesus.
Little baby Jesus.
Little baby Jesus in the manger. I don't know why that was so funny to me.
Oh man.
Let them know, dark goddess.
But this is the thing, is that people have to understand that from a Kemetic paradigm, prayer is different. So we were taught that we pray to something, we worship something, but from a Kemetic paradigm, prayer and worship did not exist. Okay. From a Kemetic paradigm, we are netter or nature. And in order to connect and manifest and stuff like that, you have to become that which you desire. So when you're talking about praying to something, the words that you say don't matter. And I actually have a training on that. So you can go to whodoipraytonow.com and you can get access to a video training on the Kemetic idea of prayer. So I compare and contrast and actually use the Bible and the story of Isaac, Jacob, and Esau to show you what prayer is supposed to be. Okay. So this idea that we're supposed to pray to somebody to answer our prayers or to save us or whatever, that from a Kemetic paradigm, that just doesn't work. Okay. So we're more powerful than that. We are able to tap into nature and use nature to basically answer our prayers. So that's another way to look at that. Okay.
Ruben.
All right. Great question. Great question.
Yes. Ruben said this is from someone looking on. Thanks, Ruben. Ruben's onlooker. Much appreciated.
All right. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Kim, thank you for the $25 on Cash App. Definitely appreciate you, Kim.
Thanks, Kim.
Definitely appreciate you. All right. All right. So, yeah, I love that. See, what we give value, the universe gives it back. I love that. I love how that works, that interchange and exchange, you know. And that's one of the things that I've had to learn in this space, you know, because the way that Voice and I look at this is that we're professionals at what we do. We study, you know, we don't just like come off the cuff and just make it up. Mm-hmm. There are certain things and principles that we live by and we express. And like I said in the beginning, this is not about me telling you how and what to think. This is not about me saying, hey, follow me, I got all the answers. That's not what it's about. It's really about you. I learned some things and I learned some powerful things that help me that I know can help you. Okay. So all I'm doing is presenting the information, and you have a choice. Either you can accept that information and use it for yourself or not. If you can accept part of it, oh shit. What happened?
I still hear you.
Do you?
I hear you, but your camera's froze.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh no. We give him a couple seconds to see if he comes back. If not, well, just to piggyback on what he was saying, do your own research. We are teaching from our experiences and our perspectives, but we are very well aware that everyone has their own experiences in their own perspective. And if what we are teaching or the experiences we are relaying relate or resonate with you, hope that you gain something from it. And if not, that is okay too. You know, hopefully it sends you on a journey to discover your own truth and what these things and concepts mean for you. So thank you so much to everyone who gave tonight. We appreciate you so much. Always appreciate the loving energy and the amazing questions. And we are looking forward to seeing you guys next Wednesday. So I'm going to just go ahead and close it out for him. He had some technical difficulties. I think he may or may not be about to come back in.
Woohoo! I made it back. I made it back.
Love you all. Everyone have a great night.
All right, all right.
Here he
comes.
You
signing off? All right. Greg Scott gave 333. Thank you, Greg Scott. Definitely appreciate it. I forgot what I was saying.
Well, now I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Hold on.
Thank you, Greg. 333. Much appreciated. I can't hear you, Dad, but okay.
Okay, how about now? Still can't hear me?
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and end it. Love you all. Good night. Good night.